everyone to Bing TV. My name is MJ DePalma and...
Hello, Facebook. I'm Frances Donegan Ryan.
And welcome to this week's episode. And this week, we're going to concentrate on Bing ads completely. So, we're going to do a Bing ads brief. We're going to talk about Insider Insights podcast with Frances Donegan Ryan, who actually hosted all of them. Google Import, some new things that are happening with Google Import. The Opportunities tab update that recently happened. And of course, my favorite segment is an interview with a Bing Ads Ninja. So
it'll be exciting.
Yes, it will. All right. So first up is SEM Insider Insights. So I'm going to hand it over to Frances because Frances really is the one behind the thought and all of creating these interviews, this podcast series. So tell us a little bit about what this is about and why you would listen.
Yeah. So first I'm going to tell you where you can listen because I'm going to say it about 10 times as we speak so that you can go and find us and not miss out. So it's called the SEM Insider Insights podcast from Bing Ads. You can find it on SoundCloud or really any other podcast system tool app that you use. So just look for SEM Insider Insights. Yep. And the idea came about because I'm super fortunate that in my job, I get to go out into the industry, I get to go to conferences, I get to meet some of the coolest people that are working on search at the moment.
And smartest.
Coolest, smartest, just all around best people. Yep. And I thought, how can I steal their brains and put them to work for me? No, I wanted to be able to make sure that I could give people a platform to share their ideas, to share their knowledge. And that's one of the things I love most about this industry. I know I've talked about this 100 times, is that PPC pros are so willing to share their knowledge, their strategies, their insights with each other. And I think that's what makes, our whole industry and the whole group of people that we work with really, really special. Yeah. It's not everywhere that someone will be like, oh, I tested this and I tried it and it worked out really well. You should do it too. So first of all, just the fact that we work in a kick-ass industry and everyone is willing to share is what makes doing a podcast like this even possible. And some of the brilliant people that we've already interviewed, Aaron Levy from Elite SEM in Philly. Aaron and I chatted about mobile and sort of joked about that clearly the year of mobile has passed, which I think the year of mobile ran from about 2010 to maybe just like last week, I think was the end of it. So we actually talked about some bigger picture thoughts and ideas and actually talked a little bit more about mobility than just sort of the mobile device itself, but how our audience has shifted. And Aaron and I are good friends, so there's a lot of joking back and forth. So that's a pretty entertaining one to listen to. I'm pretty sure I made fun of him. Yep. So sorry.
No, I love Aaron. I love talking to Aaron. Before you go into the other folks that you actually interviewed, I did want to just show a little shot. Yes. So if you do go to SoundCloud, I'm pretty sure Stein is going to drop a link directly to the SoundCloud page for you to take a look at it. But here's the list that we have right now. Aaron Levy, like you had said.
Yeah, Brad Geddes, who is one of the number one sort of leaders in our industry. I'm sure everyone has either seen him speak, heard him speak, or read one of his books. He's the founder of Adalisis. He's just based outside DC.
He's very, very generous with his knowledge.
He's incredibly generous. So Brad and I actually talked about ad copy, which is one of his favorite topics, one of my favorite topics as an English major, also as business. And we have actually presented on ad copy before in person, and so I was like, let's bring this to the cloud. Yeah. Let's have a digital chat about it as well. So many great strategies from him, lots of actual tips and tricks that you can take away. Yep. Also chatted with Maddie Carey, another just wonderful leader in our industry. She and I actually talked about, she works for Pointed here in Seattle with us. She's just down the street. We talked about more how you get into this industry. And again, the uniqueness of joining an industry like this where it's still not really a major or a certificate or a course that you would take. And so the learning that you can do on the job and the fact that you can enter this industry with really any sort of background, regardless, you don't need, many people don't have a 4-year degree, you might have a 2-year degree. I'm business and English, didn't do tech. What was your major?
I was psychology.
Yeah, which I think is perfect for search, right? All we're doing is like, how do I trick this person into clicking there?
No. How do you connect with your audience, right?
Oh, yes. That's a better way.
Yeah, psychologically, ad copy is a great way to psychologically connect with your audience. So
yeah, connect is a better word than tricked. I'll remember that in the future. No, but we had this great conversation, and we talked about how we got into this business, and it's a great listen, particularly for anyone who's kind of either interested in joining our industry or is just sort of starting out.
I
think it's a nice
topic.
thing to listen to.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. We have who
else might be?
Yes,
on
so
the
I have
horizon?
recorded more podcasts. So they'll be released soon. Some again amazing guests. Frederick Valleys from Optimizer. He and I talked about obviously automation and why it's so important to do. How you can, we actually talked a lot about understanding and setting expectations on what can be optimized and what really still needs that human touch.
Right.
And so that was a great chat.
When you say optimize, you mean like automated.
Automated,
right?
yes.
Yep.
Sorry, yes. So and we did talk about how there's more trust between Google and Microsoft and our customers. I think when things started to get automized or Google was a leader in that, in building out those features and those tools, I think there was a lot of distrust and like, are they going to take advantage of us? Are they going to do something that will actually hurt my account? And Frederick, who worked at AdWords when all of this was happening, was like, honestly, it was coming from like the goodness of our hearts. And we were thinking, how do we help people focus on what's more important?
Yep.
We've often joked about, how do we get you out of the office early and go and do some more fun things. So really great chat there. Also talked to Ariane Donahue, who's based in the UK. And awesome. She's brilliant. If you work in the UK, I'm sure you've worked with her. She and I talked about targeting, which was really fun, particularly because our the whole shift, I feel like over the last year has really been, it's not like we're forgetting keywords, but it is about audience, and it is about who is the right person, when do you want to reach them, where are they, how do I target them effectively? And so that was our whole conversation. And also chatted with Michelle Morgan, who's with Clicks Marketing, and she and I talked more about mobile as well, clearly because we can't get enough of that topic.
No, absolutely.
And we'll be recording more. I have some more special guests lined up in the next couple weeks. So we publish every other week. You can set reminders on your podcast app to download the latest ones, and they're about 20-25 minutes. So
and I did
quick
listen
and easy.
to them. They're fantastic. They're very engaging. So take a look. Some crazy cool topics that you mentioned.
Yeah.
Mobile strategy, testing tactics.
Yes.
Yeah, I listened to that one. I think even Aaron covered off on some testing tactics there. The SEM career advice and cross-device strategy, and I also heard some native conversation going on.
Yes, Frederick and I also talked about it, but it is, we feel, one of the next big things coming. Microsoft Bing, we are in a pilot with our native product, which we call Intent Ads, and I think it's really going to be the tie that brings together content, targeting the right audience, and paid advertising. So
fantastic.
I'll talk about it all day long. So yeah, we do touch on that a little bit, and I'm sure we'll have more fully dedicated to that topic as well.
So download it, listen to it on the train, on your way to work, at your desk.
while you're in the shower, blast it with, with your mini speakers, your waterproof.
Bluetooth speakers in the shower, like I have.
Yes.
Because I like speakers everywhere.
That's because you're a DJ. You need that.
Absolutely. So aka.ms/SEM Insider Podcast is the link. So go ahead and take a look at that.
I'm gonna do a quick.
Yep.
If you have a topic you really want to chat about and you want to talk to me about it and see if we can schedule to be on the podcast, just reach out to us on Twitter. Let us know. You can
just put it in the comments section right below.
Right here.
And hit an @Francis.
Yeah. I'm the only Francis Donegan Ryan on Facebook.
Yeah, there you go.
You'll be able to find me.
FDR. Give her that suggestion. She will really listen.
Yeah.
So, awesome. The next topic we wanted to talk about was Google Import. So we have this feature and we've had it for a while.
Yeah.
You can import what you do on Google into Bing Ads. So it helps you scale what you already do. It helps you save time. So that's the biggest thing. You've done all this work creating ads and campaigns in Google, and if you haven't started in Bing Ads, it's a great way to get started with Bing Ads.
Yeah.
The other thing is that you can find an audience that's not on Google. So you could scale all that work that you've done on Google and extend it into Bing Ads. And what will that make you do?
Feel good!
I think doing all that work and being able to add 65 million users who are not on Google, who are on Bing, is a big deal. So why not make all that work for you even more? So, like I said, 65 million not on Google or on Bing. And also, Bing users spend more.
Yes.
We have a stat that on average, they spend 35% more than on Google. On the average internet user, not just Google. So that's a specific stat. So.
Yeah, so if you're selling anything with a slightly higher price tag, or something that might be a longer commitment of a buying cycle, then you are going to see some really great results on Bing, and that's the right audience for you.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so if you've been using Google Import, just to call out, there is a new feature that you can now have the ability to bring customers account level negative keyword lists and shared negative keywords over from your Google AdWords campaign. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, this is huge. This is something I know when I talked about it at conferences over the last few weeks, people were really delighted. I mean, everybody who's listening knows creating negative keywords list is a huge, it's labor intensive and it's hard work, but it's incredibly important. And so to be able to just very quickly move from AdWords over to Bing Ads is valuable in terms of your time. Yeah.
I just want to give you, here's an idea. So the Bing Ads audience is different. It just is. The audience is has a little higher income, a little bit more educated. So why not import your campaigns from Google? Not just the ones that worked, but think about this. You should try and test the ones that didn't work. There may be something there. So think about that.
Yeah. Michelle Morgan actually talked about this at SMX East in New York a couple weeks ago. She was talking about automating this import from Google into Bing Ads, but that really it's incredibly important to go back through and tailor it for the Bing audience. But it kind of takes care of those first few steps for you, but don't just leave it at that. It's really important to say, okay, here's this audience we may want to target differently. They may be active at different times of the day. So being able to go, take the time then to go back in and do the optimization for our audience in particular.
Okay, now, coming up soon, we have a webcast that you can actually ask your questions in. So if you've been using Google Import or are wondering how to and you have questions, why don't you take a look, register for the webcast, aka.ms/Google Import Webcast is that URL, and Stein is thankfully dropping that link for you right now. Thank you so much, Stein. Register for the webcast and join us. We'll have a couple of experts on Google Import there. Get your questions ready and take advantage of that. And also, if you don't have an account team, you can get help. We have free help. So aka.ms/free Bing coaching, and there'll be somebody standing by that you can make an appointment with, and they'll help you take care of that. So
and that coach will actually work with you for 3 months to make sure that your entire account with Bing Ads gets set up correctly, helps you do, not just set up correctly, but will help you actually optimize. We'll take a look at your campaigns and just really make sure you're set up for success. And then
see, we weren't lying last week. So we had Vanessa Payne who talked about the free coaching, and she said exactly
free
that.
coaching.
And just to reiterate that we are local, so anywhere in the world. So US, Europe, Asia, South America, there is a way when you hit that page for the aka.ms/free Bing coaching, you can change your country and get a coach that aligns to your language for your country. So
your time zone.
Super great.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we're going to talk about the Opportunities tab, and there's an update with it. If you're not familiar with the Opportunities tab, it is a great way to take a look at what our platform is saying is an opportunity for you and your campaigns.
Yeah. If you're not using the Opportunities tab, take the opportunity to use the Opportunities tab, I think is what MJ is really trying to say. It is, so other than just being crazy useful, because the suggestions are clearly based on your data and they're based on Bing Ads or Bing users' data. So you're really getting deep insights for free. I love the way that that whole page is designed.
Yep.
So I think
we just refreshed it with improved visuals, rankings, and new tactics. That's this week. And some of the tactics that we are rolling out this week is site link extensions, ad scheduling bid adjustments, and keyword bid adjustments. So perhaps if you've looked at the opportunity tab before, take another look, because you might have some new opportunities that are being surfaced to you.
And this data is compared to your industry, right? So essentially it's telling you, here's how your competitors or the top performers in auto are performing on our platform. And here's where you're performing.
Yep.
And so if you, it'll tell you if you're ahead, it'll tell you if you're on par, it'll tell you if you're behind. So it's a great tool to use to also kind of look at the landscape of where you are within your industry.
Yeah, it gives you that confidence. It'll project it out. If you take advantage of, if you say, yes, if I want to deploy this opportunity, what is the impact going to be? So you can see what that projected impact is going to be. So it gives you that confidence. All right, let's
and then
turn
it's just
that
one
on.
click.
Yeah.
It's just click, 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 click.
So tomorrow will be a blog post. So look for that blog post, and it'll go into a lot of detail about what the new opportunity is on the Opportunities tab. And this is a long URL, but you could just click on it in the comment section below, and that is the link to the Bing Ads blog. And it's a great place, great resource to learn about what is new with Bing Ads and stay up to date. So yeah. So thank you so much, Frances.
You're very welcome. Thank you, Facebook.
All right, and what's next is interview with a Bing Ads ninja. Although Frances is a ninja every day, we're going to have an interview with our weekly Bing Ads ninja. So thanks again, Frances.
You're welcome. Yay!
All right, come on up. Aurea Astro is our Bing Ads suggestion box guru. That's why she yeah. So Aurea, come on over. So she is our ninja of the week, and this is the unofficial title of the program that she actually runs, the Bing Ads suggestion box. But really, what she runs is the Feature Suggestion Forum, officially named. And so the Feature Suggestion Forum, tell us a little bit about what it is and maybe how somebody could get started participating in it.
Yeah, sure. So the Bing Ads Feature Suggestion Forum was started a couple of years ago, 2015, as a way to, we decided we wanted customers to have like a direct channel into engineering. And so I think
it's direct to engineering?
Yeah, so
that's awesome.
Our engineering team looks at it every day, and we kind of go through the feed and we see like what's possible, and we see and we assign like a status to every item. And it used to be like when it first started, there were maybe like 20 people coming to the Feature Suggestion Forum, but it's really grown in popularity like exponentially, and now we have about 2,000 a month. Customers voting on each other's suggestions. They offer not just suggestions on features to build, but kind of feedback on like innovation and bugs and things like that. They're really good at catching bugs. So,
not
yeah.
fireflies, like the bugs you don't like.
Yeah. So it's been really good. And so thank you. And I think it's kind of cool that like a lot of companies kind of like, don't want a ton of feedback like right away, or they're very, and we're just like, hey, okay, we'll drink from the fire hose. Let us have it. And so, yeah, that's where we're at.
I love that. It's like very customer-centric engineering. And that's what I've learned since, always building products based on customer feedback. And so you may see on the screen now, gathering feedback started and completed. There are like 3 types of stages that you'll see on some of the suggestions. And so tell us a little bit of gathering feedback really is that first step, right?
Yeah, so we'll assign a status gathering feedback, which basically means we're reaching out to more customers and to our sales, because they're kind of the front lines with customers, to get more details on exactly what we would need to build this, and its codependencies with other features and kind of our back-end system, to get like a comprehensive view of like, how much time this would take and like how we should prioritize it.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So up on the screen I have Haley De La Cruz, Program Manager, Bing Ads. He's leading the gathering of feedback for this 559 boats, allowing bidding by CPA. So that's pretty cool. I see that also there was a lot of feedback on it that people really, really wanted it.
Yeah, it got upvoted pretty quickly,
Yeah.
and it made it to our hot and top list in the Bing Ads Feature Suggestion Forum.
Yeah.
So Haley's been kind of running around getting a pretty comprehensive view on like what this would take to enable.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Then this is just another show Bing Ads in Poland. I actually heard this like over and over again.
Yeah.
And sometimes in topics where we're not talking about anything that is but they're super passionate over there in Poland.
I guess we need to show Bing Ads in Poland. I know this is something where like the engineering team wouldn't make this a priority, but it's really been upvoted quite a bit in the last especially the last 6 months. So
And I read the comments. It's like, well, can you explain a little bit more? Do you want ads in Poland in Polish to Polish people, or do you want the ability to? Yeah, that was the case.
Yeah, so they want it all. So the comments are actually really helpful to us too.
Yeah. Awesome. This is just another one. Prepaid cards should be accepted. A lot of votes there, and Vaishali's looking into that one. This is an example of that. It got started. So you can see the little green started. So change the language and market in an existing ad group. I happen to have the opportunity to visit the Dublin office, which is a hub for Europe's Bing Ads service center, and man, they really were talking about how they really needed this functionality to better service their customers with the language setting. So it's great that it's gotten started.
Yeah, I think we started this pretty recently, and so that means we've assigned developers to actually building it. So we should have kind of a rough timeline shortly.
Are you the one that tells them to do this?
Yes. No, I'm not at all. Actually, I just manage and make sure the form's running correctly, and make sure everybody's. I know. Make sure everybody's responding, because we have a lot more suggestions than we've ever had before. So, yeah, make sure that it's clear that we're listening and we're responding.
Get your friends to vote on your idea, right?
Yeah.
That'd be a good one.
And then I hit up the PMs and I'm like, hey, you there, you have not responded to this, and it's getting upvoted.
Yeah, good. Good. I wanted to bring this one up. So Kirk Williams is a friend of mine and known in the industry for a lot of people know who Kirk is, and he had this idea of allow Bing advertisers to target LinkedIn audiences, and immediately there was just a lot of feedback. Like, do it quick, great idea, differentiate yourself, and it's exciting. I know you can't say if we're actually going to do it because we're gathering feedback, but I'm sure
I can say it's very exciting.
Generating a lot of excitement.
Yes, and there's excitement internally, and
yeah, that's
I don't
fantastic.
know what else to say. Yeah.
No, fantastic.
It's moving along.
Yeah, so one of the things I just wanted to point out is we'll give you the link, but it's bingads.uservoice.com. And if you go there to that page, all you need to do is enter your idea, explain what it is, and click away. And that's really how you get involved. Is there any other, over the couple years that you've been managing this, is there anything that stands out that, you know, you're like, hey, this is great, or?
Well, actually, I like what customers are doing in that more and more people are voting on their, the other customers' suggestions, and so there's like a lot of upvoting, which really helps us because it brings like items to the top, and it's very like it democratizes kind of the feedback system.
Yeah.
And really like. The customers are one of the ones driving the priorities because if everyone's voting on, so you can like search for like CPC or targeting and see like which of your peers in search engine marketing have already created a suggestion for that topic and then vote on it.
That's a great idea.
So, yeah.
So like if you're interested in the topic of audience and you just type in audience targeting or whatnot, you can
you'll see what your peers have suggested. And then you can vote on it.
Awesome.
So, and you can vote you have like up to 3 votes. So if you're like, well, I would like them to build that, you can like devote 1 vote. But if you're like, I really want them to build it, then you can devote 3 votes. So there's also like a little bit of gauging of, their passion. So, yeah.
So you can actually vote three votes
Yeah,
for
you get
one.
3 votes.
Is it per day or is it?
You get up to 100. And then when they're closed, you get those votes back.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So just to reiterate, the Bing Ads feature forum or the suggestion box is available at bingads.uservoice.com. Aurea Astro, yes, that's her real name.
It really is.
It really is. She leads that, and it's such a fantastic way to get in connection with our engineering team. So up next week, we'll have Frances Donegan Ryan hosting next week's episode, and she's going to talk about Excel with Bing. It's a fantastic learning series that she's helped produce in person and on demand with Steinbroder. She'll also talk about Bing shopping campaigns that have just launched in Canada and in India, and as well as she'll have the interview with the Bing Ads Ninja of the week. And she will talk about Vishali. How do you say Vishali's last name?
Day.
Yep. That was easy.
Yep.
I couldn't remember, let's be honest.
Yeah, head of our accounts and billing.
Yep, she's the head of our engineers who build products on accounts and billing, and she'll do a year-end review on all the features that we built based on customer feedback. So look forward to having you next week, and thanks for joining us this one. Take care.
Live from South Lake Union in Seattle, it's Bing TV, hosted by MJ DePalma.